The sun is shining in the valley of wind. With spring comes the thaw. I beckon him with fire in my throat, as though I were a seafaring bird bearing the flame of something greater than this misery. As my glacial tomb melts away, my heart beats again to seedlings pushing up from thin soil. With spring comes the thaw. A cold and unforgettable January afternoon. My whole life I have been stalked by shadows that blend and change shapes to haunt me, pushing people away with my despondency. After years of wandering this dissonant place that you would certainly deny as reality, I have become unable to comprehend anything else, and I am forced to go deeper into myself, and I can't restrain this madness anymore. Everything has led up to this moment. As I stand here at the edge of this river, Cinderblock held steady between determined hands, looped around my neck with the chain which bites into flesh, I prepare to plunge into those icy depths. Funny, I thought, that this is how it will end. I always detested the idea of drowning. I remind myself that no one will ever find the body, and of that, at least, I am glad. Ziprasidone. Your subsistence is dissipating faster than you could ever imagine. When did everything become so despondent? Your mind will unravel beyond the constraints of psychotherapy. There is nothing for you here. There is nothing for you here. There is nothing for you here. Will this fractured world which you perceive ever consign to order and peace? Skene. This costume is tattered and no longer serves a purpose. The robes, the flesh, the spirit, the mask, I am done with it all. Tear me apart, eat all my pieces, but leave my heart. Like a stone in the river, let the chorus sing of my shivers, and you shall see my true face. I've grown tired of destroying myself. Self-harm is a tedious ritual that has outlived its usefulness. I care not to mar my flesh, to let my blood spill onto the floor in useless spatters. I remember how running water and summer air would sting the wounds. I remember the anxious glances from friends and family. I remember how with each cut I was not freeing myself, but building yet another wall between me and myself, between myself and the world. Comfort. I wish to build a fire around which all the people of the earth may sit, and perhaps by staring into the fire, through the fire, they will see each other for the first time. No tether. Unrestrained but not unhinged, giving myself in to the path that is carved by my will, nothing can stop me now. Liberation. For decades I felt I was trapped inside myself. I realize now there is a whole world in me, and that it resonates with the world around me. I am free to wander the caverns of my skull, to swim in my veins, to dance inside my limbs, and I realize that the more I dance, the more others want to dance with me. When things conspire together. Energy and matter cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. We are all part of a grand system that is perpetually and tirelessly ebbing and flowing amongst different phases of being and non-being. Even the space between atoms is an integral facet of existence. Our body is composed of trillions of microbial beings operate in unison, a miraculous yet real example of what can happen when things conspire together. Post-human. We must cease imagining ourselves as apex beings worthy of owning the planet. This is destroying us all. Instead, we must conceive of humans as pieces of a vast network where each living and non-living thing is worshipped together. Humility and respect, this is what the earth is asking of us. Our body is made of clay. Crafted from the crust of the earth, we are all dust, and to dust we shall return. And yet we live, and yet we love. We dance the shapes of constellations, and burn ever brighter, signaling like beacons through the darkness. Wounds. We once were ashamed of our own suffering, and we would wear cloaks like lepers to hide the marks on our bodies. But now we walk unhidden, revealing the bleeding skin to all who dare to gaze upon us and shudder. Look at our wounds. See what we've lost and lose each night. Life flows from gaping flesh, staining clothes and bed sheets. We leave a trail everywhere we go. Follow us, understand our agony. An ode to Jacques Prévert. Was it your doom, that fateful moment your path crossed with Antonin Artaud? Known only for your journal, and we are at last discovering the poems you carved into your very soul. Poems that speak in the sacred language of anguish. Anguish that is both universal and personal in nature. Anguish without which there would be nothing. Yet this anguish is not everything, and I hope to open your eyes to the magic and beauty that is everywhere. When the sky opens, our fear will be gone. Bend not in fear, but rejoice in our ascension, liberated from bones and cities black as the void, screaming color back into the world as we break off like decrepit skeletal stalks, jettisoned into a nebulous sky to become celestial seeds searching for each other in a vast sea of astral pollen. And perhaps one day there will be someone new to watch us shining.